Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond.
My most memorable moment of Robert is also my earliest memory of Robert. I was hired the same weekend that Michelle Obama was on campus to give the commencement address, and when I sent Robert an email to ask a question, I got a reply that was sort of characterized how things were going on campus. And so in my head I imagine Robert and Secret Service agents everywhere while police helicopters are, flying overhead. The entire campus is on lockdown. And so I often, when I think about my earliest UC Merced and Robert Ochsner moment, that's what comes to mind.
Personhood is expressed through work, and I've learned a lot about how to honor and how to appreciate colleagues by working with Robert and with other staff at the CRT.
I remember a meeting, and I think it was in 2006, it was back when there were just 12 of us. Robert had made one of his uncomfortable jokes or something like that. And every once in a while these things happen. It's okay, we all do this, And Steve Cramp turned to me and said, "He's a rascal, isn't he? Robert is a rascal." And I said, "That's right, he's a rascal." So I'll never forget that. And that rascaliness has actually made Robert a wonderful guy to work for, because I can always count on an incisive point of view that is quite frank and always amusing and to the point. We get things done here, and I think that's because of Robert Ochsner, and I'm not afraid to say that, and I'm not saying that because I'm trying to kiss up.
But I've been in some meetings with him, and I think what stands out about Robert to me is that he's a man of few words, but when he speaks, you need to pay attention.
It was till later on when he was doing so much for the school, by working as a groundskeeper in addition to all of the things he was doing for the merit writing program. The hay that was being harvested from the fact that he was willing to go out there and sweat and to sneeze all over himself, just for the sake of the beautification of the campus.
I think Robert's very perceptive and one of those people who's sort of quiet but probably very deep. There's a lot going on in his head.
And my first impression of him was that he was a very intelligent and kind person. I've thoroughly enjoyed working for him since then, and I feel very blessed that I'm in the position that I'm in.
My first impression, or most memorable moment of meeting Robert, was really seeing his vita and seeing that he had taught and been in a lot of really important, diverse settings that we really anticipated UC Merced would benefit from. Having taught at University of Maryland, Baltimore County, which serves a really a special population of students. And then I was really struck by his experience at being the head of the Department of English at the University of at Fayetteville State in North Carolina. And what was really striking about it was also not only had he served in a historically black college in an English department, but also that he had written about that experience and what that really meant culturally. It really showed the kind of sensitivity to a diverse student population that we really were looking for in a director.
He seems like a nice person.